vision. You're trying to see what the matchups are going to be. They're always trying to get the right vision, find out that who's going to what lane early enough. What's Paparazzi looking for? Because he's setting up mid at the moment.
I would think that well, Alchemist also has a fine time against Venom mid, so it doesn't really matter. It's possible that, you know, Alchemist is a relatively low armor hero, and dealing with a Nature's Prophet would just be not worth it. So he wants to dodge that, and the Monkey King can pretty much lane wherever, as top lane, Enigma will fall down to this Nature's Prophet, who's rolling out of the base with 4 branches and Lightstone, so it does seem like they're more interested in securing Alchemist's farm mid and letting Enigma just struggle.
You know, like you said, he's not heavily reliant on getting that farm. Like they've been willing to put him in a 4 or 5 position, but right now he is in a 3 position being played by Yang. So we'll see how this lane kind of goes. They've got him top with the Monkey King over bottom. Monkey King will be up against at least the Nyx so far. I think they're trying to figure out the lane matchups. Want to put Old Chicken somewhere else? He's getting pretty heavily harassed by the Shadow Shine right now. Is he okay against this Monkey King? Okay being here, or are we going to see him TP or stop soon enough?
I don't think he has a choice. I think Shaman and Grimstruck are going to follow him wherever he goes. Might as well go to this lane. It's relatively the safe lane that you can put the Medusa aside from mid, but dual mid is dead. So she's not enthusiastic about any situation. This is just the best of the evil choices.
You have this trialing right now with Fade. He took Ether Shock, they took Stroke of Fate. Monkey King hasn't taken anything just yet. We'll see how Ori kind of reacts to his Old Chicken. He's afraid to move up a little bit. And I understand that. A lot of damage can come out pretty quickly from these 3 heroes, especially once Fade gets level 2. And you have Shackle to lock down this Medusa. How are you really going to make it through this lane and in this tri-lane matchup? It's very difficult to make progress with this Medusa at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, at the minimum, she is getting levels, but that's not... She's not like a Terrorblade style hero that can easily transition into the jungle once you're like, oh, okay. You know, level 4, I had a miserable laning phase, but at least I can just jungle now. Medusa's not that kind of hero. So it's not going to get any easier anytime soon. So I don't really see any plan to help this Medusa out. I think Nyx is just kind of stuck here to an extent because he can't leave her completely alone, but I'm sure Dark wishes that he can help out another lane. As an Invis Rune is picked up by Fade, and he does have level 2 for Shackles.
Yeah, so he'll go over towards E, and they'll bring over Kaka. Ether Shock comes through. There's the Shackle. Telekinesis lifting him up and throwing him down. Didn't stop the Shackle, but still, in the acid spray, and finally gets the kill, but they get Paparazzi first, so Yi coming out ahead on that gank.
Yeah, at least both, at least the Shaman was there for the experience at the minimum, so it's not like a complete sacrifice, and first blood was already spilled by the Enigma on the top lane, so not the biggest setback necessarily. It's just unfortunate timing for the Alchemist that the Rubik showed up. Also, I think Fade spent a little bit too much time waiting for his Shackles. The Venomancer was able to walk out of Acid Spray and not take that armor reduction. And Venom may have died a little bit sooner if he was able to shackle him underneath the Acid Spray, but at the minimum, at least they got the kill.
Do you think he was a little bit shocked by maybe the...
Yeah, I think the Rubik showing up and he was just like, oh god, now what do I do? And the Shackles would have gotten cancelled immediately anyway. You saw how quick Kaka was to use the telekinesis, but, you know, you saw how close he was to also getting the kill first.
It was one shot away for both sides, and he's the one who comes out ahead. So he's sitting level 4. He's got one in the Venomous Scale, 2 in the Poison Sting. That would make this lane a little bit hard for the Alchemist, and we already see Paparazzi backing off into the jungle above this secret shop, using that acid spray to try and farm.
Yeah, he can alternate back and forth. Whenever I think typically what most Alchemists end up doing is, yeah, what most Alchemists end up doing is they'll come back to the lane whenever it comes underneath their tower, they'll plop down an acid spray, draw back, and then keep transitioning back and forth with the jungle.
Kaka in trouble top, but Yang is taking more abuse than Kaka had. Kaka was able to shift over to the other side of the lane. when Yang got sprouted up, it was a little bit of panic coming in. He only got one Mango left, so the regen is light, but is he sending... he's got a Soul Ring coming over top.
I love how aggressive he is being with his denies. Team denies. He's not even letting it get to the Alchemist side of the jungle. I mean, his side of the river. And now Runefall's top. EA made. But there's something else, actually.
In trouble, tries to TP away, but Dark's there with the impale. And he'll get the kill. We take a look over top. Fade, one more shot until he goes down. He's trying to get into the trees. Has TP.
Yo, where's the scan at? Oh, okay, there we go.
And the scan there, but he's just too far away at this point. Just a little too late from Old 11. He took up the kill on the Grimstroke, though. So that was nice, especially with Dark coming over to land that impale to stop that TP. Continuing to progress for you.
I'm surprised that Vici weren't more aggressive with these bounty rune fights. With an Alchemist on your team, I always see people fighting tooth and nail for every single bounty rune available, but it's just two apiece, and Yang yet again.
Just getting locked in with his Rubik as well as Old 11, able to sprout him, and, well, he doesn't have any way to get out of these trees. He's actually bought another stack of Tangos.
Yeah, no points in Midnight Pulse. Not that he would have had them for it either, I think. And 11, I mean, he hits like a truck, treads, and Bloodstone, he has 84 damage right now.
Yeah, they've got UI Fade. Promise Ring was used. Ori going in onto the Nyx. Dark will die. We're looking over at the Medusa. That's still hard to get despite having 3 heroes over bottom. So Ori takes a little bit of a consolation prize in the Nyx Assassin. A kill's a kill and grabbing a decent chunk of gold. Look at this push coming out mid too. Old 11 as well as he using these Plague Wards, having these treants pushing in. Nobody really defending. DY goes through with the Stroke of Fate, but that's all they're willing to commit to this tier 1 tower, and now even that might be a little bit too much. DY Inkswell on top of him, not getting too close. Venomancer under the tower, and go for the Venomous Gale. As the Plague Ward 2 denied, and there's Paparazzi with it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
How come Alchemist doesn't get gold for that? That's what I want to know.
A percentage of the death gold.
Yeah. I mean, Greevil's Greed. Knowing the spaghetti code of this game, every once in a while you would expect that to happen. Although, Venom's need to start getting more points in Plague Warrior because those do give Greevil's Greed, and with only 1 point in them, he's just gonna be beating it away to Paparazzi. Ooh, man, actually
comes out, aggressive. Shackle. He's in trouble, or he makes the rotation. The ult gets spilled out by his Venomancer, but it won't matter. They'll get the kill. Ori gets credit for it, taking out Yi for the 2nd time this game. They've got good ward vision inside this area for King Gaming. They see this Soul Shrine area. They see where Paparazzi's trying to farm.
Yeah, Kaka's been pretty good with it. You also see the ward that he placed in their jungle as well. That was far earlier on. Although they're not really contesting with it, so it may have been a little bit too early. Usually you see the wards. It's possible that if they saw a bunch of stats and like, okay, now we need to show. But if they see a bunch of single camps and they're like, whatever, it's not worth contesting it. So it's more just something that they can do to keep track of where the Alchemist is.
Old 11.
Going 11.
Where he jumps down from the tree. They've got Dark nearby with 2 rotating over. Kaka out of invis, but he misses the impale, so Ori has to be careful. But Yang's here. He's level 7, has the black hole. Ori popping that Wukong's command. And he's got 3 in the Jingu. Balance Strike comes out, and they'll get the kill on Old 11, making the rotation over his DY2, who's trying to use this Inkswell to find a stun, but backs off from the impale. The black hole comes out on 2 with no way to stop it. Telekinesis not available. They get the kill on E. Look over at Dark. Yang doing a lot of damage with these Eidolons, and they make it out 2-1. Losing Ori, unfortunately, he's kind of locked in over on the left side by the side chop in those trees. That made it very difficult for him to find any movement into an escape, but Impale comes in. Old 11's made the TP over towards top. Telekinesis coming through, and Eidolons do enough damage to get the kill on a Dark. They've got the Shackle. Eidolons again. Yang from the grave, he's got a double kill. And Ori looking for more. Promise Ring on top of Old 11. The Jingu will pop. Boundless Strike. The damage is heavy. I'm not sure it's going to be enough. Venomancer, Venomous Gale thrown at Ori. Now the chase is going the opposite direction. They've got the Sprout, and Ori regrets everything as he loses his life to the Venomancer.
Yeah, after taking that mid tower, Veno has nothing better to do than just go to the sidelines. So he shows up top after getting ganked mid and having to spend that Venomous Gale, but he doesn't necessarily need the Venomous Gale. This Nature's Prophet is giving so much damage, and Wrath of Nature plus Poison Nova, in theory you can win a fight without even having to show up for it. So now DY trying to defend this, but there are way too many keen heroes here.
Throws a stroke of fate. He regrets it immediately. The Impel comes in. Dark gets the kill. And they were supposed to be killing the Dire Courier too. It looks like they'll be able to take this one tower. DY tries to stop it for a split second and immediately dies. They'll
Both
probably
teams
give it up.
seem extremely interested in protecting the #1 farmer. Medusa is been given an ocean of space, and she's taking advantage of it, just constantly circling throughout her jungle. And Alchemist as well, who is working his way through, so it does look like he wants to basically go toe-to-toe with the Medusa in terms of becoming a late-game carry.
Stealing level 3 or level 4 in the Acid Spray. Boost
I
in
imagine they're gonna
farm
keep
through
pushing.
deck.
They all head up top.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They're looking towards the tier 2. Would have liked to get that level 6 on Grimstroke. He did buy out on the Tome of Knowledge. Will he even get it? Because Old 11 coming in with Cock of the Acid Spray laid down. Sprout will miss. DUI back towards the stairs, but Telekinesis lifts him up, throws him back, and can't get up these stairs just yet. Wukong's command and the lag that comes with it will be thrown by Ori. Old 11 so low, but still surviving and TPing out. Or, yeah, he does not have the balanced strike. It was on cooldown.
Well, at the minimum, DY does survive. Although they didn't get the push out of it. I'm pretty sure Paparazzi's TV was on cooldown, otherwise he would have shown up earlier. But Paparazzi's really the best anti-push that they have. Fade only has 2 points in either shot on the Shaman, so he's not really that great at discouraging these pushes. And Shaman in general, like, you have to deal with these treants, to deal with plague wards. So Keen Gaming's push is just incredibly strong if the Alchemist isn't there to discourage it. So maybe a little bit too overzealous trying to kill the Grimstroke instead of just pushing the tier 2. But at least they get out without any casualties.
And they skip
And now they
over
see Ori.
DY. Yeah, because they see
that
Ori.
Wrath of
They've
Nature.
got Wrath of Nature with Telekinesis locking him in. And there's more Radiant heroes in this Dire jungle than the Dire team. And
There's
Ori
more Radiant
just
Vision
outnumbered.
on this Dire jungle than what Dire have.
Dire's top tower is
They
under
have this
attack.
one ward, and that's about it. Fade moves forward, but we've seen this not be too healthy. The
Shaman
support
cannot do
when they
this.
move in to try and defend.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
VG needs to
Force has
their
Radiance.
Radiance comes online soon. Paparazzi is getting quite close. He's only about 500 gold away. But the map is getting smaller and smaller.
And they kind of have to hope that Radiance is a big enough difference maker too.
Yeah. And it's kind of tricky also, because once he has it, Dark, I mean, he's gonna max out Carapace just like every other Nexus assassin these days, and if they get set up on the Alchemist, manages to catch him without a Chemical Rage, or even with it, because I believe they have a Spirit Vessel as they find out Ori, he's gonna go
God,
down.
Ori getting hit by his own balanced strike that Kaka has control of right now, and that is just disgusting. Throw the
So Veno
balanced
has-
strike, telekinesis.
The Spirit Vessel completed, so even if they do, like, even if they find an Alchemist underneath Chemical Rage, he's not gonna be that survivable. So Keen Gaming are playing all the right cards right now.
This push has been 4 heroes from King Gaming too. Gold Chicken's just happy. It's like, oh, I've got all this space. Like you said, an ocean of space. Nobody's coming down. It's a vacation. It's just the right-click challenge. That's it. Nobody's really contesting him.
Yeah, it almost feels as if Paparazzi would be safer farming in the enemy jungle than his own jungle. because pretty much Keen has just lived on the dire side of the map for the past 5 minutes or so. He does have his Radiance completed on the Alchemist now, although it looks like Medusa has finally, conveniently enough, the rest of Keen have pushed her lane, so she's like, alright, you know, I got Stone Gaze, and the Radiance does proc the Carapace.
No, and he's immediately hit by the Mystic Stake. There's the Stone Gate. Soulbind comes in. The ulti thrown from the Venomancer. Yang has to turn around. DY low as well. And the Spirit Vessel is placed on him, and it looked like he might have tried to set up for a black hole, but he died beforehand anyway. They take out 3. They only lose Dark. Wukong's command comes out, and Team Gaming are happy with that exchange.
This will come in handy.
This is starting to get a little bit out of control. And Vici Gaming do not have the best high ground defense. Again, it's all reliant on this Alchemist. And still, I mean, Yi is getting more and more points into his Plague Ward, so even between that, even just the Acid Spray itself is not going to be enough for the Radiance. But he's stalling. I imagine that Keen probably aren't going to wish to push high ground until they get a Roche. And I don't think that they have a medallion on anyone, so Vici still have time, but the clock is ticking.
Yeah, it's been very rough. Everywhere they try to farm, they're just
So they can get another Radiance.
constant pickoffs.
Soft paparazzi, and they do.
And they bring an old 11 with it. They've got the Impale, 4 heroes here. Another easy kill for Keen Gaming. Was Radiance even the right call?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was saying at the beginning of the game. Like, I hope he doesn't go for a farm-heavy build. And it wasn't even necessarily just because of the Nyx Assassin. It was just, I saw the game going this quickly against Vici, and they don't have the best ways of stopping it. And by the time that Alchemist does manage to get, you know, some amount of farm, he hasn't been gotten nearly as much space as Medusa has. Now DY managed to ink slow his way out of trouble, but these tower pushes are just going to keep coming and coming. It's only one more outer tower remaining after this bot tier 2 goes down. And Monkey has to escape at the top lane.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Just one tree away. He was almost taken out of the skies. It just seems like there's going to be so much time needed for Vici to, well, have any chance of coming back. They're going to Fusel on the Monkey King, and it'll be Mantis style next for the Alchemist.
Okay, well, this cliff ward pans out. They find Nyx Assassin creeping in the... Yeah, I mean, he gets it out immediately. It's not a great ward, though. It's, you know, you caught up a Nyx Assassin, but this T2 is probably still going to go down as Shaman TP's in plain sight. Ori on the lone tree does get spotted out by Plague Ward, but still his tower's going to go down. Gang completely hemmed in.
Yeah, what does he do? There's just no way that Ori can find an entry point here. They've already got Yang. If Ori thinks about going in, he's dead. He'll try to run away, but here comes the Nature's Prophet. Old 11's in. Wukong command is started, but the silence is there. The Fable comes through, and very easily, King Gaming are taking these fights without the Medusa.
They can push high ground. Rubik managed to steal level 4 Eidolons. So you've got Eidolons, Treants, and Plague Wards, and they're pushing high ground.
18 minutes into the game, they're pushing high ground. Paparazzi comes over. The Servant Wards are placed with the shackles onto this Venomancer. They get old 11 low, but well, they just don't have the damage to finish him off.
Those are the most depressing Serpent Wards. It's not near any objective. It doesn't get any kill. The trap isn't even successful. But I'm glad that Keen back off. I really do think that they should just, you know, wait for the Aegis. I think that they're powerful enough to take it. You just post some play boards, trees can tank it. It does waste a little bit of time, but I don't think it's necessarily a waste to get Aegis if you're this close to pushing high ground. Last outer tower that's getting sieged. There isn't much left.
Yang in trouble. Venomous Scale, telekinesis into the Impale. He's still alive for now. The Soulbind comes out into the Venomancer. They've got the Wukong screen as well as the Hex. The Shackles from Fade, locking in Dark. They'll get themselves at least one. They look for Yi. Old 11 burning from the Radiance, but they're doing enough damage to Paparazzi. The Balance Strike hits onto the Rubik. Kaka, the second one, dead on Gaming, but they lock in Ori with the Sprout. Don't have enough damage to finish him off, and nobody dead from Vici for seemingly the first time in an exchange.
Yeah, they spend the Shrine, and Alchemist got very, very close to death. Unfortunately, I don't think Yi was close enough to get the Spirit Vessel on him, or maybe he was out of charges. But 11 managed to silence the Alchemist while he was channeling that unstable concoction, so ended up self-detonating, and he was so close to dying, but just narrowly managed to escape.
Still up 6,000 net worth. That's how you know it's going well against an Alchemist lineup. Usually, what the rule of thumb is like, if you're down 4,000 or 5,000 against an Alchemist, against an Alchemist, things are okay. But when you're up now 8,000 net worth against an Alchemist,
and all 4 boundaries go the way of the god. An Alchemist, you have to be furious. You have to be absolutely seething whenever you have that happen. Smoke up, or you're gonna run into this Vici smoke.
Telekinesis comes out. They're going to set up the Impale. Balance Strike comes out before he even throws it. He stops it twice. Now, Nature's Prophet moving in. The Black Hole backline. It's Rubik as well as the Nyx Assassin. They've got the Checker to line it up. They've got Old 11 Kakai as well as Dark. And a quick 1-2-3 coming in there from Vici. So the fights are looking better, and they are ferociously coming back.
Yang was expertly positioned there. He was waiting in the trees looking for his opportunity. He's really lucky that a carapace didn't come out though, because Nyx Assassin didn't carapace the balance strike from the Monkey King, and he was just holding on to it. I don't know what spell he was necessarily waiting for, but usually whenever you're about to start a team fight, you just pop it and just like someone's gonna get stunned. And if he had managed to stun out the black hole, then disaster for Vici, but yeah, they end up getting it, Nature's Prophet getting a little bit too cocky with his teleportations. And they find DY in the top lane.
Can they kill him? Old 11 TP's in, but then stands still for a split second. Stolen Inkswell, though. That'll definitely help. That is a good one to take. Especially with Nyx Assassin, who could just use Vendetta and then run up an Inkswell.
Tower is under attack.
Still not really motioning towards Roche, or he's pushing bot and getting a little bit too hasty. As he wills him
He's
down.
way too comfortable in that bottom lane, and they get the deny. So all that work for basically nothing. Yang, though, playing the cooldown game, just doesn't have, he doesn't have Guardian Greaves or anything. He's got the pipe, he's got Helm of the Dominator, but at the moment it seems like Yang is desperately needing a black hole to turn these fights around.
Yeah, hopefully he'll hit this level 15 talent. He hasn't gone for Midas, so chances are he's gonna take GM talent. And that may help him be a more relevant force, but Vici Gaming exclusively relying on these black holes is not gonna get them, into the late game. Alchemist and Monkey King need to start being able to initiate these fights, because Enigma's... Oh, actually, he does have a Blink Dagger queued up. Okay. That's optimistic, but it could work out. I thought he would go for a BKB first, but the Blink Dagger. And now Keen will start motioning toward Roche.
Yeah, they're inside the Roche pit. Black hole still on cooldown. 26 seconds until that comes back up. And the smoke will be broken as Dark's popping the Spike Carapace as well as the Impale landing. Stone Gaze comes out, the silence on a DY. They'll get themselves one. They'll look for a second, or he's trying to get away, but, well, man, can't get himself far enough away from the arrows that are flying from Old Chicken's bow. They get 2 kills. DY buys back immediately. Spirit Vessel onto Yang. There's the Impale. Circleward throws down as well as the Hex. Inkswell. Will it pop in time? It's the BKB on Paparazzi, so he's okay anyway. Soulbind onto the Nyx. And it will finally attach to Kaka as they take out Yi. They take out Dark. 2 heroes dead on King Gaming.
Alchemist not having to spend his BKB on the first half of that fight was crucial to turning that around. And I don't think Keen Gaming expected it. I thought they were like, oh, okay, we've clearly won the first half of the fight. Grimstork had to buy back, Monkey King had to buy back. Now they do find Old 11, and his BKB is down on the Prophet, so he gets hexed, full stat by Kaka.
He buys back, and the
DY
Hex is
doesn't cut the right tree.
Can't get out, and Telekinesis thrown back, but the shackle from the low ground onto this Nature's Prophet, the Wukong's command. And this Nature's
Enigma doesn't have the
Prophet
mana
might just
for Black
fall late.
Hole.
Yang! Oh god, old chicken hitting like a truck. The sun comes out, they'll kill the Nature's Prophet, the immediate buyback. Paparazzi might just eject. Because they've got the Hex onto the Monkey King. They get the kill, dead for 46, has buyback. Spike Carapace trying to catch up Paparazzi. And Dark comes in into the black hole! This is huge because they can kill the Nature's Prophet. He does fall back. And the Force F, the B trying to get away. They're out on a Paparazzi.
Kaka has
Shackle on a Medusa. And the Venomous Gale will pick up Fade, throw him down. Shadow Shaman in a lot of trouble. And will end up dying.
Prophet manages to get out. He got back to be TP'd back to base. His TP up available again, but he's just gonna go for bounty runes. So at the end of the day, it was a buyback on the Nyx Assassin and Nature's Prophet, which are 2 buybacks for Keen, but 3 buybacks for Vici as the Enigma, the Monkey King, and the Shaman all back. And Grimstroke buyback earlier and dieback, so huge net worth loss for him. He just careened downwards. He had a blink dagger in his quick buy, and now he's so far away from it. So overall, a victory for Keen.
And the Black Hole's used. That'll be on cooldown for a while. Old 11, silence. But they've got the Hex. Fade behind him. Serpent Ward's used. There's the Shackle. With the Midnight Pulse laid down and Ori hitting away. And they do end up getting a kill on Old 11, who had fought back previously and now dead for 75 seconds.
Yeah, this kind of gives Vici an opening to challenge this Roche now as Monkey King vaguely sees what's going on. He can see Medusa, he can see the Roche's HP, and he's giving vision for this unstable concoction.
Oh, but the Impale on the trees, stolen Black Hole is... Yeah, okay.
Let's try though.
Now the Soulbind comes out, but lifting up DY, he'll be once again dead for 43 seconds. The BKB is going to be popped by Paparazzi. They've got the double Shackle and the Hex, and looking with the Wukong's command balance strike with it. Old Chicken trying to run away with the Stone Gaze. Low on mana, but not a big deal. The Stolen Soulbind connects Ori as well as Paparazzi, and now Paparazzi with the spirits on him will just be chased down by King Gaming and taken out.
This Rubik's a kid in a candy store right now, even though Kaka did completely whiff that black hole. He was hoping to like edge the Monkey King and be able to like spin him back into the pit, I guess, is what the plan is, because he knew that there was no way that they could have had vision for that unstable concoction to land on Medusa unless the Monkey King was on a nearby tree looking at it. So he guessed it was this tree, it was really this tree, and now Ori has parked himself on the exact same one again. He gets out,
risky maneuver.
Nyx Assassin can see him. Nyx actually has no idea where the Monkey King is. They're just randomly shooting at trees, but they will be able to take this Roche finally. Kaka trying to force himself to break trees, yeah. Eventually, you just need to put up a ward to see if you can find the Monkey King.
Third time's the charm. They finally get the Aegis. That's on an old chicken who... I don't even know if he really needs the Aegis. Hasn't died yet. 5-0 and 6. Obviously,
yeah,
it's...
he's doing well, but he's leaving fights with his Stone Gaze as opposed to entering fights with Stone Gaze, so this maybe allows him a little bit more to play around. But now he has the Scotty, he's working his way to that Butterfly. Old Chicken is... Being only 1.5k net worth behind an Alchemist is a great look for a Medusa at 27 minutes.
Dire are scanning.
And
Look
poor
at the
Paparazzi
spread.
has to keep his Radiance off half the time because he's so afraid of this assassin.
kind of learned his lesson. And look at the spread between these Vici heroes. I know it's an
Dark
Alchemist,
Steve.
but it is quite a far spread here. Almost 10,000 between Alchemist and the Enigma. Ori is only at 9,000 net worth. Bottom lane, they will get the Serpent Wards down, as well as the Hex. They'll find the Nature's Prophet. Old 11 drops to Yang. Very well
Ori's
done
trying
there
to
by
chop lane
Vici.
in the meanwhile. They're trying to make as much space to make sure this Aegis doesn't end up being useful, so Old Chicken has to end up going bot to slow down that push, and Ori's trying to make sure someone has to come top, slow down that push. Anything to stall before they lose high ground.
Dark was coming. He was looking for that Monkey King. Ori TPing back to base. As Rubik almost finishing this axe. 650 gold away.
Crap.
Did not
Honestly,
go
he's
for
not
blink
even that.
dagger, though.
He's not even that intent on like buffing the black hole or anything like that, or the Serpent Wards. It's just the ability for him to steal stuff. There are so many good spells for him to steal: Unstable Concoction, even the Acid Spray. Being able to steal Chemical Rage, turn it on, and then steal something else like 2 seconds afterwards. Obviously, the black hole does get buffed up. And then all of Fade's spells are pretty much fantastic for a Rubik.
And he, even without that axe, had been stealing spells pretty consistently.
Yeah.
The ones he needed. He had got Soulbind, got Black Hole, despite it being a whipped Black Hole. He tried.
Tried.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So now Old Chicken looking towards the high ground. Venomous now gets thrown. I'm not sure Paparazzi got hit. He's out of mana right now.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Really could use some mana, try and do something. Throws the stun at this Medusa while Ori over bottom.
Yeah, between Stroke of Fate and Ether Shock and Acid Spray and Midnight Pulse, it's not easy to get a creep wave up to the high ground. They spent a glyph offensively to get that first creep wave up there, but was only able to bring down the tier 3 tower to like half HP. Meanwhile, Ori does get...
Ori.
Oh, the nature's
Spotted by Old 11.
He's dead.
And he might be able to TP out, but Kaka there. And TPing quickly enough over to the shrine to
Oh, that means that 2 heroes are missing, but the Radiance proc again, getting the carapace off.
Paparazzi. Spirit Vessel on top of him. He has to get the BKB off. And now on the side, this Enigma in a lot of trouble. Has Black, but he's not going to just turn around and throw it. He'll end up dying, dead for 80. Doesn't have buyback. And they may not have had 2 heroes at the fight initially, but still 2 heroes on the side of Vici. And this high ground siege just got that much easier.
The power of Prophet. Be stopping a split push in one lane 1 second and then show up to a team fight the next. They will take the mid racks, they will move on the bot racks. And this Enigma's dead for a whole minute. And he doesn't even have buyback available. It's on the cooldown even if he had the money for it, which he does have the money for it, but it's not happening. Because they're killing dominated creeps, they're not even worried about the racks.
Even worried about the heroes. Just want 200 gold.
Oh, they get another Radiance
again.
Carapace proc.
He's just not allowed to have this item on. He spent all this gold. He's not even allowed to use it. Dead again. GG called by Vici. Keen Gaming with an impressive game 1 showing. Very well done. A lot of pressure just placed on Vici. Impossible for Vici to farm around the map without really risking their life time after time.
This is what immensely amuses me about intra-regional power rankings of China. Vici Gaming are the major winners, and Keen Gaming, they did fairly